OFPG Voices is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Board and Dice designs and publishes family and strategy board games. Two of their most recent releases are Tabletop and Terracotta Army. They have recently launched their ally program to lend support to underrepresented voices in the hobby. Flat Out Games makes family-friendly games that are simple to learn but have depth of strategy. Their games include Calico, Cascadia, Verdant, Point City, Deep Dive, and Fit to Print. Find them on social media at Flat Out Games. Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Family Plays Games. Voices, yeah. Yeah.
And welcome back to another episode.
Happy Thanksgiving, family! Yes.
This episode is coming out a day later than normal.
Yes.
On Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving Day.
But it's so apropos because this episode is about Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, y'all. Yeah. It's eating time, y'all. It's eating time.
And not just eating. What? Not just eating. It's about playing games with your family and friends in the holidays.
It's eating time, y'all. It's eating. Yes, it's eating.
Okay, I don't think we're going to talk about any eating games, but
I know we're not talking about
eating games, but we are going to talk about
yes.
games that you can play with your family and friends during this Thanksgiving holiday.
Yes.
And we've got some awesome contributors, and we have a new contributor this
Yes,
week.
we do. Yes, we
Yes.
do. But we got to go back to the eating, though. We have to. And then also, we have to talk about it's time, family. Y'all got to go start looking at y'all Christmas movies. It's time. It's time. Yeah. You know, I got my list. It's time to start looking at the movies. Yes.
Yeah. But we're going to get into this episode.
Yes.
And we want to kick it all off with our newest contributor, our newest voices.
Yes.
Is Ruel.
Yes.
Yes, Ruel Gaviola from Tabletop Tonight.
Yes.
And he also works with Rahdo.
Yes, he does.
Rahdo runs through it.
Yes.
We're so excited to have Ruel join our team.
We are so excited. Yes.
And after Ruel, we're going to have Dwayne and Alicia from BlackBoardGaming.
You know it. You know it.
And following them up, we're going to have our youngest contributor.
Yes.
And that's Drew with Drew's Table Talk.
He's going to come through with some stuff. Let's do it.
We're going to see what Drew has to say.
Yes.
And last but not least, bringing up the rear is Aaron from GameEnthus.
Oh, Aaron, we got our teachers on this one, y'all. We got our teachers.
We're going to learn some games today.
We got to learn some games today. Yes. But first, family, let's hear from Starla and her Good Humans segment. She got some good stuff to say.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another segment of Good Humans. Since today is Thanksgiving Day here in the States, I just want to give a short message on being thankful and being grateful for who we are and what we have and what we contribute to society. Every day is a gift, and as such, we should treat it like a gift. Be grateful, be happy, because as the saying goes, every day above ground is a good day.
Gotta enjoy yourself. Every day above ground is a good day.
There's so many people that did not live to see this day, so we are blessed to be here. And when you're blessed, you should share that blessing with others. Try to make your life and the lives of people around you better. Try to give things back if you can. Give back, share. Be a person who is contributing to society in a positive way. So I'm not going to belabor the message, but I do want to leave you with a wonderful quote from Oprah Winfrey. And it goes, "Be thankful for what you have, you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough." So I just want to say again, thank you for being part of our OFPG family. Thank you for following us on YouTube and social media. We are so grateful here with our OFPG family here, me, Mick, and Grant. We appreciate all of you so much. We appreciate our contributors, our sponsors, and we say thank you. And then as we always say, our goal here at OFPG Voices is to make this world a better place, one board gamer at a time. Have a great day, everybody.
Hi friends, Ruel here, and it is almost time for the holidays. Here in the US, we've got all kinds of things happening. Thanksgiving's right around the corner, and that means family time. And in my family, that means turkey, more turkey, and some games. We also watch football too, so we're gonna have a great time. I'm looking forward to it, especially because I can bring games that my family enjoys. I've got 2 of them that they've already played that they love, and I've got 1 that I'm gonna share with you that I cannot wait to show them because I think it's gonna be a big hit. So the first game I want to let y'all know about is Strike. This is an absolute blast. It's a dice chucking game. Everyone starts with a set number of dice, and you roll them into this little arena. It's actually in the box. You roll the dice, and if they match, then you're going to take those back in your hand. If they don't match, they stay in the arena, and you want to be the last player standing with dice. It's a lot of fun. If you throw an X, so one of the numbers has been replaced with an X, that just gets taken out of the game, and that's always a bummer. What I love is when you get to go all in. That's when there are no dice in the arena, and you're up. It's like, oh, I've got to roll all my dice now, and sometimes that leads to some big, funny moments where you lose all your dice and you're just out. It's a lot of fun. It plays really quickly too. 15 minutes and it's over, and it's really works well in a family setting because it's super easy to learn and it's quick, and you can play like little mini tournaments as well. So I can't wait to play this one again with my family. Big hit. Another game that's always been a big hit, actually recently, is Green Team Wins. This is a party word game, and we just played this at my niece's graduation, and we had a blast with this one as well. You've played games similar to this where there's a clue, there's a bunch of cards to give you a clue, and then everyone writes an answer. And then here in this case, everyone reveals their answer, and whatever the majority is, all those players go to the green team. And then the green team is going to score points. Now, if you're not on the green team, you're on the orange team, you lose, but you're not out of the game yet. You just don't get points. So you're always trying to get the green team. There's 15 different clues that come out, so you got 15 rounds. You're going to go back and forth from the orange team and the green team. But here's the thing. If you're on the green team at the start of the round, and you stay on the green team by being part of the majority, you're going to get double the points. So you want to try to stay on the green team as long as possible to get those double points. Really, really fun game. I was fortunate that I got the board game promo cards. So there's like a stack of cards that are board game specific, which I always love playing with. But my family loved it at my niece's graduation. I think we're going to have a great time with it again at Thanksgiving. So, speaking of Thanksgiving, we do the, typical turkey, all the fixins. We also do some Filipino food too, which is always a great thing. Pancit, lumpia. And this game, I think, is going to be perfect for after we're getting our food coma. Gotta, wake up a little bit. And that is why I'm bringing Ready, Set, Bet. Now, this has a very special place in my heart because we have not played it yet, but my family, we may have gone to the racetrack a few times in our when I was a child, and we actually had family get-togethers there. It was just part of the part of the thing back in the day. We'd go to the Santa Anita racetrack in Arcadia, California, and we'd bet the ponies. Now we were kids, we bet the ponies, but the adults did. But we got to run around the infield. There's a park and everything, playgrounds, but just something about a day at the track was a lot of fun. Now, say what you want about horses and stuff. I understand where people come from. It is what it is. But with Ready, Set, Bet, you can have a fun time. No one gets hurt. You don't lose any money gambling, but it gives you the thrill of gambling. It's a really fun, real-time game by John D. Clare, one of my favorite designers, where you have this almost like roulette style board, and as the horses go, someone's going to control horses, or you can use the app, which is great. It'll move the horses for you, and you're going to decide where to place bets before the race ends. And as you do, when you place a bet, no one else can place a bet there. So you got to be first, but you don't want to bet too early because you don't know how the race is going to develop. But as you see it develop, you're going to try to get those spaces where you're going to get the best odds. Now, what's great about this, over 4 rounds, you play it just like I just taught it to you right now. But then each round, you're going to get special cards that break rules of the game. You're going to have exotic bets that come out. It's so good. I've always had a great time playing with this game with gamers and non-gamers. And I just haven't had a chance to bring it to the family. I brought it once, I think last year to Christmas, to our Christmas party. But we just didn't have, the time, or I think people might have been tired. But we're definitely going to play it this year because I want everyone to play some Ready, Set, Bet and have a great time with it. Hey, that's it for my segment. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank Mick, Starla, and Grant for having me on. So happy to be part of OFPG Voices. Folks, be kind to each other, be safe, and happy holidays. Talk to you later. Bye.
What's up, folks? I'm Dwayne.
I'm Alicia.
From the YouTube channel BlackBoardGaming. So when we first started exploring what game we wanted to talk about to play with our family, I had a whole bunch of games in mind, and I had put together a list. So I came to Alicia with the list, and I was like, hey, what about this game here? And she was like,
no thanks.
And so, I was like, okay, well, what about this game? We had a lot of fun playing this particular game. I think your family would really love it. And she was like,
I said, no thanks.
And so then I was kind of getting frustrated because I'm like, well, what's going on? She liked these games. Well, what about this game here? What if this would be a great one? I knew she was going to choose this one. And yet again, she was like,
no thanks.
And so I was like, okay, why do you keep saying no thanks to these games?
Because I'm saying no thanks. Let's talk about no thanks.
And I'm like, all right, I get it now. It took me a minute. Us men, we kind of slow. But the no thanks, this game originally came out in 2004. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the original name for this game. But this game was designed by Thorsten Gimler, and it was published by Amigo.
Let's go to the table for a brief overview of how this game is played.
No Thanks is an auction bidding push your luck game for 3 to 7 players, where the players are trying to score the least points. So the game comes with 33 cards, and these cards are numbered 3 to 35. It also comes with 55 counter tokens, and I have them in this tray just so you can see them against the table. To set up the game, we will first take this deck of cards, and after giving it a good shuffle, we will remove 9 of those cards from the game, returning them to the box, and we will place the rest of the cards in the middle of the play area in a face-down deck in reach of all players. Then each player is going to get a number of these counter tokens based on the number of players. So if this was a 3 to 5 player game, each of those players would get 11 of these tokens. If it was a 6 player game, each player would get 9 tokens. And if it was a 7 player game, each player would get 7 of these tokens. And the players, they want to keep the number of counter tokens that they have hidden from the other players throughout the game, because these are a form of currency that you use in the game, as we'll see in a little bit. And then the oldest player will be chosen as the first player, and now we can start the game. So the object of No Thanks is to have the fewest points at the end of the game. And the game will end when this deck of cards runs out. So on a player's turn, they're simply going to reveal the top card of the deck where all the players can see it. And then they're either going to choose to keep this card, placing it in their play area face up, or they're going to pass on the card by placing one of their counter tokens on it. So let's say the first player decides, yeah, he revealed this 4. Like, you know what, I'm going to keep this because this is going to score them 4 points at the end of the game. They place it in their play area. Next player going clockwise reveals a 25. And if they keep that card, that's 25 points that they have. So they say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. So they decide to place one of their counter tokens on that card. Next player decides, you know what, I don't want that card either. So they place one of their counter tokens on there. The next player says, you know what, I'm going to take this card. So not only do they take this card, they also get these counter tokens, and they place it in both of those in their play area. Now, the thing about counter tokens, they're a good thing to have. Like I said, they're kind of a form of currency, because in order for you to pass on a card, you have to have a counter token to place on that card. If you don't, then you have to take that card. So you definitely want to manage your counter tokens. Also, at the end of the game, each of these counter tokens are worth -1 points. So you will add up all your points on your cards and then subtract 1 point for each counter token that you have. So like I said, counter tokens are a good thing to have. So if ever you get cards with consecutive numbers, then only the lowest numbered card will count as points at the end of the game. So let's say the player that got this 25 later on got this 23. So right now, they're scoring 48 points. Of course, minus 5 points right at the moment. But let's say later on, they were able to get this 24. So now that's consecutive. So they will overlap the cards like this. So now this 24 and 25 don't even count. This 23 counts. So they done went from, 48 minus 5? That was 43. They done went all the way down to 18 points right now. So like I said, the game will come to an end when that deck of cards runs out. And then each player will count up the points. So this player, they got 23 plus 10 plus 3, that's 36 points. And then they will subtract 1 point for each of their counter tokens. So they're sitting at 32 points. Then once all the players have counted up their points, whoever has the least number of points will be the winner of No Thanks. So like I said, this is an older card game. And like in this board game hobby where a lot of people are looking for the code of the new games that are coming out. And there's some great games that are coming out. But sometimes it's not about the code of the new, it's about the tried and true.
So we were first introduced to this game at Gen Con this past August. And honestly, this simple card game packs a lot of laughter.
Yeah, we played it with another family. I think we played it the full 7 count.
Yes.
And it was funny watching, like, the dad would have the 16 and the 14, and then the daughter who was seated next to him, like before him, pulled the 15 and said, "Nope, I'm not letting you get this card."
Yes, it was a lot of fun. And what's cool about this game is it's an entry-level game anyone can play, because pretty much all you have to do is be able to count.
Yep, it does involve math, So, yeah, and it's not long. It's really quick, easy to understand, but you will have a lot of fun. It's a good amount of messing with other folk at the table.
It's certainly a push your luck game.
Yeah, and I mean, we really enjoyed it. And when we got back from Gen Con, I immediately sought a copy out, and I was like, I want to play this with your family. I want to play this with my family. And I'm like, yes, this is a great game to start somebody off with.
Yes, this is a great entry-level game.
So if you're trying to get somebody to, introduce them some different games, this is a great one to start off with. And that is No Thanks. See you guys later.
What's happening, family? It's Andrew here with TableTalk, and today we are breaking down the games I am most excited for to play with my family this Thanksgiving. Top 5. Number 1 is a stone cold classic in my family, and that is the game Bang. So in Bang, it is a socializing game like Mafia, like Werewolf, where you each have a hidden role in this Wild West town. And on your turn, you'll be playing these actions to shoot, dodge, get items, get horses to try to either eliminate the sheriff or eliminate all the outlaws. And what I love about this game is it just leads to chaotic fun. There is a bit of strategy, but it's mainly chaos as you're shooting your friends and family members in the game and trying to take them out, laying down a barrel, laying down some dynamite, and it's just chaotic fun. The only downside is if you eliminated, you're out of the game, but it is a great game for both old and young because it is just chaotic fun. It has that mystery element of what role people are, and it is a great game for families this Thanksgiving. My number 2 recommendation is a game called Sheriff of Nottingham. Now in Sheriff of Nottingham, you're all different merchants trying to bring in goods to the market. And whoever is the sheriff that round is deciding whether you have illicit goods or not. And so it leads to great family moments of you trying to figure out, is your brother, sister, mom, dad, aunt, uncle lying to you or telling the truth? Or even, are they just going to bribe you and let you pass? Are you going to be a strict sheriff? Are you going to be relaxed? Are you going to give them some goodwill, hoping that it comes back to you later and maybe you get backstabbed? And so what I love about this game is it leads to trash talk, banter, and just good times. and it's a lot of fun, but still has that strategy element of questioning, what should I pack in my bag? What different types of goods am I trying to collect to see who gets the most points at the end? Sheriff of Nottingham, another great family game. If you're looking for a good party game, my family loves Balderdash. This game came out in the 80s, but is still phenomenal, where you find either a zany word, historical figure, movie title, state law, or date, and everyone makes up the definition or who that person was or the movie plot of that movie. And there's a real definition or plot summary thrown in there. And a lot of times those are even crazier than the ones that write down. I love this game because you're trying to bluff your family members, you try to guess which is correct, but usually it just leads to chaos of just throwing down the funniest or dumbest movie plots or who these historical figures are, and maybe you throw in some inside jokes from your friends and family just to get a laugh. I love this game, Balderdash. My number 4 favorite game is Monopoly Deal. Now, if you're like me growing up, you had to suffer through hours and hours and hours upon string along Monopoly games. But Monopoly Deal takes that familiar formula of gathering properties and paying rent to a fast playing card game for up to 5 players that even my own grandmother learned the new game and played. She loves this, as in this game you can play up to 3 cards per turn, and all the cards do different things like put properties out in front of you, play actions, and you can take rent. It makes it way quicker than normally in Monopoly though, because you only need 3 sets to actually win the game. So it brings that Monopoly fun, that familiar flavor, and that easy gameplay, but in a much shorter time span. A great game for the fans. And my number 5 favorite game I'm looking for this holidays is Catan. Now, this game is a little more strategic than the other ones I've mentioned, but if you can get it down, it is a great game where each round you roll dice to see what resources people get depending on where their houses and cities are. Then you end up trading those resources to build more and more and more until you get 10 victory points. And what I love about Catan is because of the dice rolling and because of the trading, it's not always the most strategic player who wins. You can kind of team up maybe against the most seasoned player, maybe backstab and betray in the trading, or give people some cards and hope the favor gets returned back to you. There's robbing and trading, and there's always talk in this game because of that trading element. So that's what makes me love it so much. A great family strategy game, Catan. So those are my 5 favorite games looking forward to Thanksgiving. I hope you have some you're looking forward to playing with your family, and I will catch all you guys.
Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and since talking about holiday time, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, lots of giving, share a couple of games that I enjoy playing with my family and extended family. Although there's the time and there is certainly the desire to get more hobbyist games to the table during holiday time, it doesn't always really happen. A lot of times holiday times end up becoming more of a party game time, which is fine. I have plenty of party games that are very fun to play with many people. So last year we had a good number of people over at the house for Thanksgiving, well, including us. I think we had about 21 people, and we played a rather large game of Blank Slate. Blank Slate is a game where you're trying to come up with a word to complete a card. So let's say the card says micro, and there's a space. Everybody's trying to fill in what that space is. So the game comes with a pretty healthy set of cards. And they're all double-sided. So let's say one side says blank pit. Everybody is filling in the blank. Everybody's writing in what they think would go before pit. So let's say people want to say things like fire pit or money pit or peach pit or whatever it is. You want somebody to match you, because if you and one other person write the same word in, you get 3 points. If you and more than one person all write the same word, you get 1 point. So it's kind of this balance of being unique but not too unique, which can be very interesting. And there's a scoreboard, and the game I think is playable from 3 to 8 players. We just extended it to 21. And I had a bunch of other little whiteboards. The game comes with 8 different color whiteboards. The colors are on the border, and you just also comes with some dry erase markers. Those have since run out of ink because we played Blank Slate quite a bit. But yeah, you can use the scoreboard to write everyone's name on the side here and just put dots or X's, and then whoever it's 25 points wins the game. I did not win, but I had a blast. And for a lot of people in my family, it was the first time they had played Blank Slate, and they really enjoyed it. And I think we're going to play it again this year. A game that we're going to be adding to the Thanksgiving repertoire this year is going to be The Chameleon from Big Potato Games. We have a copy. My oldest daughter has a copy as well, so we're probably going to break everybody into 2 teams and see what happens there. So The Chameleon is going to be a topic. Let's say the topic is games, and a player called the dealer is going to roll this D6 and this D8, which will instruct everybody except the chameleon as to what word is going to be used on these cards. So the columns are going to be dictated by the D6, and the row is going to be dictated by the D8, which will be an indicator as to what word everybody's going to be saying something from. So let's say B2 was rolled. Okay, so operation. Everybody one by one is going to be saying a word in order to express that they know what the actual word is on the topic card, and that they are not the chameleon. Chameleon's not going to have a grid card. They're going to have a card that looks like this. It's going to be shuffled into this deck here. And if you are the chameleon, you are hiding this, and you're trying to figure out what the word is, because this is very much visible to everyone. You just don't know which word everybody's looking at. So as everybody's saying different words, maybe somebody says, if somebody says something like surgery, that gives it away. That's saying too much. So if you say a word like, oh, surgery, well, that makes it very obvious what the actual word is going to be. It's going to be operation. So you're trying to say something that's not too obvious, so you give it away. If you're a little too nuanced, people might suspect that you are the chameleon, and you don't want that. So once everybody has said a word, at that point, everybody would kind of discuss things for a minute or two, and then at that point, it's time to vote. And everybody will point at the person that they think is the chameleon. If the chameleon goes completely undetected, they get 2 points. Everybody else gets nothing. If the chameleon is caught, but then can guess the correct word everybody else knew, they get a point. Everybody else gets nothing. If the chameleon is caught and doesn't guess the right word, the chameleon gets 0. Everybody else gets 2 points. And there's a couple of variants on changing how the scoring works and the rules. You can kind of just do whatever feels most fun for you. So the hilarity ensues as you suspect that people you're playing with have absolutely no clue what the word is, or people who do know and had the right card and knew what the word is, yet still managed to say things that made them seem completely sus. But that's the fun of the game, and hilarity will ensue. Do better. If the game is operation, what would I say? That might be too vague, honestly, and say something like table, which could be anything on here, which doesn't make people think that I was a chameleon. But I guess I'd try to say something like, I don't know, bone, or I don't know what I would say. I honestly don't know what I would say for operation that would not make it completely obvious. I suspect that depending on how many people you're playing with, that if the chameleon is maybe the next to last person, they'd probably have a decent shot of guessing that it's operation, because I'm not sure how many things you can say to obfuscate what it really is without, so I don't know. But that's the fun of the game, figuring out what you would say. I might say something like, I guess if I said like buzz, there's nothing on here else. There's no other games on here that buzz. You get the little, the buzzing when the metal touches the sides in operation. But I don't know. So whether you're doing Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, or just spending time with people who you care about, who are thankful for something, enjoy it, stay safe, and have fun.
All right, another great episode.
Another great Thanksgiving episode.
Thanksgiving, yes.
Yes.
And Ruel brought it.
He brought it home.
Yes, he did. Awesome games.
Yes. Now, I haven't played Strike, but I do want to play Strike because he's convincing me more and more. Because a lot of people are convincing, he's convincing me that we need to get Strike.
Yes.
It seems pretty cool. Now, Green Team Wins is a fun game.
Well, see, I haven't played that one either.
Yes, I played that.
Yeah.
That is so much fun. It's a great party game, and we got to get it. Do I get a green light? Green light, y'all?
For the green team?
Green light, yes. For the green team, green light. I got a green light, y'all. Green light. So I will be getting that because it seems like a really fun game. Yeah. Now, come on. Ready, set, bet. Come on.
I don't want to talk about that one. I
Come
love Ready, Set, Bet. I love playing it. Maybe not so much with you because you're loud.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Now, family, I come out. I show out. I
don't care where you are in the room.
Yes.
If Ready, Set, Bet is being played and Mick is playing,
yes,
you either cover your ears or you might as well join the fun.
I have fun with that. Oh, and it was so cool because at BGG we got a chance to meet John DeClaire again. We saw him at World Series of Board Gaming. Now we saw him
we got
at
to
BGG.
Talk with him, and tell him how much we love his game.
Yes, we talked to him more at BGG, and it was really cool to talk to him. Yeah, it's really cool.
Now, here's Dwayne and Alicia. Now, they had this joke running at the beginning of their segment.
Yeah.
Because Alicia kept telling Dwayne, he said, well, what game do you want to play? She kept saying, no thanks, no thanks. And he kept saying, well, what about this game? She said, well, no thanks. And no thanks. He finally figured it out that she meant the game.
No thanks. No thanks. Hey, now, no thanks is a really great game.
Oh, my God, one of my favorites.
That game. That is a cool game.
It is a great game to introduce to newcomers coming into the hobby. It's a wonderful gateway game. It's light, it's fun. But even veteran gamers will have fun with no thanks.
Because you don't want some of them cards. You say, no thanks. I don't want that card.
Yes.
Don't give it an evil card. Yes,
no thanks. I love it.
But it's a good game, and I really, really love it. I love it.
And then Drew came up with, oh my goodness, let me tell you what. Drew, let me tell you.
What's up?
I loved your list. I mean, you had some great games. Bang. Sheriff from Nottingham, not so much. That's.
I like that one.
I know you like that one. You like that one.
Yeah.
I've never played Balderdash.
I haven't played Balderdash either.
And then, I want to go in order.
Catan is cool.
Catan is great. I can't go in order because I got to save this one for last. Drew, we don't use that M word on our show. We don't use the M word.
But Starla, I want to let you know, though, they said one of the best monopolies out there is Monopoly Duel. It's a little card.
Deal.
Excuse me, no, Deal. It's Monopoly Deal. A lot of people say that little bitty card game that you can get from anywhere. You can get from Walgreens, Target. I mean, anywhere.
Yeah.
They said that's one of the best monopolies out there.
Well, you know what? Drew likes it. Drew brings that young perspective to the channel.
Yeah.
And, younger people would like it. But he also said his grandmother likes it. So,
And a lot of people tell me now, do not sleep on Monopoly Deal. And I'm like, nah, Monopoly Deal? I said, come on now. They said, do not sleep on it.
All right,
so I might have to. I might have to.
Game. Okay.
Starla, I might have to get it. I don't know. But a lot of people say, don't sleep on it.
The M word.
I know. I'm like, wait, Monopoly Deal. They said, don't sleep.
Don't say that word. You said
I'm sorry. But
other than that,
the
list Drew provided was great.
Yes.
It's a bunch of great games to play with your family and friends during the holidays.
Yes.
Yes. And last but not least, Aaron talked about two unique games I've never heard of.
Yeah, Blank Slate, I know that one, and I've seen him play that with Bonita on her Twitch channel. But it's a lot of people say it's a really good game,
and it looks good. I mean, the way he taught the game, it looks really interesting. Yeah, but the games he talked about are games that a lot of people can play. Yes, which is great. So you can get a good group of people around.
That's for holidays.
Yes, for the holidays.
That is definitely for holidays. Yeah,
and then the last one he talked about was Chameleon.
Yeah,
and I thought it was really interesting.
I really am interested in that one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So these are some great games.
Yes.
So if you're at home with your family and friends, you're watching this show, and you have these games in your collection, or you know someone with these games, play them. Have fun.
Scream. Go crazy.
Don't tell people to scream.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't scream.
But have a good time with your family and friends. Be grateful. Be thankful that you have family and friends to play with and do things with and have dinner with. So you want to talk about food. Have dinner with. So just be grateful.
Look at TV too. Now I know y'all gonna look at y'all football and sports and stuff, but don't forget about the Christmas movies.
On Thanksgiving Day?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Have some love. Have some love in your life.
I would suggest you guys wait on the Christmas movies to after Thanksgiving, but enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And we want to wrap all this up by saying thank you so much to our wonderful contributors.
Yes, love y'all.
And our awesome sponsors, Board and Dice and Flat Out Games.
Love them.
Without you guys, we couldn't do what we do, and we appreciate that much.
Yes, we do.
We're grateful.
Check out the games, y'all. Check out the catalogs. Check out the games. Definitely.
Yes.
Now, Starla, where can we find our merch?
Well, if you're looking for a shirt or a cup or a mug, check us out on Spring.
Yes. Now, our next episode is going to be December 6th, 2023.
Yes.
And we have a Christmas show, y'all.
Coming up.
Christmas show coming up December 22nd, 2023.
And you don't want to miss it.
You don't want to miss that.
Because we're going to have pretty much all of our voices are going to come together and talk to you about some great games. You see everybody in one show.
Yes.
That's going to be fun.
That's going to be
exciting.
fun.
And we don't want you to miss it. So mark your calendar, December 6th and December 22nd.
Do that, family. Now, Starla, where can they find OFPG and OFPG Voices out here?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games or OFPG Voices, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right here on YouTube,
right here,
and TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah.
And we also have a website.
Yes, we do. Come check out our website so you can communicate and see what's going on out there. Yeah, definitely do that. Now, family, thank you so much for coming out and seeing all these beautiful voices. Lord, like they're just beautiful. But definitely, if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. We love reading them and answering back. But family, there's one thing we want you to know on this happy Thanksgiving Day. We love you.
Bye now. Everybody.